That is very easy for me, okay, and for you. Okay, important thing is without anything in front of you, even I should not type it. Without anything in front of you, you have to repeat yourself. At least maybe you take some white paper and you have to write something like what you have read, what you know it. At least that is only one step only. Okay. But originally you have to practice with the absolute zero part. Means nothing, no paper, no pen, no screen, no PPT kind of stuff. You have to revise, you have to recollect things what you have studied. That is very important. Okay, so we'll start. So in networking basics, we studied about what is network. Interconnection of two or more devices is network. Communication between interconnecting devices is called a networking. And also we discussed about a internetwork. What is internetwork? Connection of two or more different networks. Internetworking, communication between two or more internetwork devices, communication between two or more networks. What is the internetworking device? Is
Router.
very good. Okay, very good. Next, what is intranet? It's your local network. Local network, your private network, intranet. So your server and a client is located in the same place, or maybe I have two computers, both are in the LAN network. This is an intranet. The local network, private, or a LAN network. What is internet? Internet is all about a global. Means I am accessing google.com, facebook.com, youtube.com. Those are all located in a different locations. So global network. It's a public, not in my private, not in my site. So we use WAN connectivity to get through internet. Type of network. Network or networking, whatever it is. What is the type? LAN, CAN, MAN. Local area network, campus area network, metropolitan area network, wide area network. Of course, personal area network, home area network, or any some other network, like a storage area network. Okay. Maybe if you are in an apartment area network, complex area network, building area network. So people will put a different type of area network. Of course. Enter your home, automate your entire your home with smart TV, smart LEDs, smart bulbs, smart plugs, smart appliances. All we are connected and controlled, and pan like a smart watches, smart goggles. So now we are getting goggles, smart goggles also we are getting. So we are connecting all these things together like a pan kind of stuff. Alexa, Bluetooth earphones kind of stuff. LAN is a local area network. It is within the building, within the floor, okay, within a room. LAN. Campus area network within the campus. MAN within the metro, within the city. Wide area network. It is a global, anywhere from any of network it is. Okay, so what is NIC? Network interface card. So what is MAC? Media access control. Yeah, control. So what is NIC? NIC use it to access. NIC use it to get connected to the network. So you have a device, you want to connect it to the network, you need a NIC. The NIC can be wired or wireless, but it still is use it to get connected. Every NIC in the network, in our basically, and I'm not talking in a Bluetooth manner, guys. In NIC, so means network interface card, use it to get connected to the network, or LAN or a WAN network, whatever it is. So use it. Every NIC has a MAC address. Every NIC has a MAC address. This MAC address, also called as a physical address or hardware address. It is 48-bit in binary, represented in 12 hexa number. Hexadecimal number, which is look like this: 100, 3B, 3B, 4C, A7, F1, completed, right? E, it can be anywhere. It is a look like this MAC address. Next. So we are used to connect with a wire, that is a LAN card is there. So one type of NIC is a LAN card or a Ethernet card is there. Okay, so in this one we have a three type of Ethernets. One is Ethernet, FastEthernet, GigabitEthernet. Okay. 10 Mbps, 100 Mbps. B is small, means bit per second. 1000 Mbps or a 1 Gbps. So these are the LAN card or Ethernet. IC card, MAC address. And what we discuss later, cables. So nowadays we are connecting most of the time with a wireless network, but there are wires. So one of the wire is coaxial wire. Next one is twisted pair. In the twisted pair you have unshielded twisted pair and shielded twisted pair cable. In twisted pair, so we have 8 wires. 8 wires are there. Means it is 4 pair. To connect this, we use a RJ45 connector. RJ45 or LAN connector. You can see it's a LAN connector. LAN cables, LAN cables. Generally we call this one as the LAN cables, patch cables. Okay. LAN connectors. The connectors we call it as a LAN connectors. There is and fiber optical or optical fiber. Fiber optical or a optical fiber cables. They're made up of glass, long distance, or we are getting internet through optical fiber cables only. So very long distance communication is possible. very high speed data transmission. Very high speed data transmission, very long distance communication. No electromagnetic interference, no crosstalk. No attenuation. Attenuation is also very less. Less attenuation means opposing the signal flow. So signal strength will be longer. Okay. These are the mainly three cables. See it is. I have taken almost a full 4 hour session for that this part, right? Like a 3 hours minimum I have taken. Now it is I can finish in a 15 minutes. After cables, devices. Anyone help me? What are the devices?
Hub, switch, router,
Good.
modem,
Repeater.
Repeater.
so topologies also we have done.
Also we done a physical topologies. What is the use of hub? Only one point. It is LAN. We use in a LAN networks, small networks. Used in the LAN, small networks. No intelligence. What are the spelling? No intelligence means it it cannot understand MAC or IP address. Okay, it broadcasts to everyone. It broadcasts. That's enough. So like it broadcasts to repeater are used to repeat the signal to communicate longer distance. What is the switch? It's the same, used for LAN, but small and large networks we can use it. Large size network. Large network means large size network. It understand MAC address. MAC address table is there. MAC address table is there. It initially broadcast but later it is unicast based on MAC address table. Router used in LAN and WAN communication. Just a repetition purpose only. I'm not teaching again, right? I'm not teaching that entire part. So, but guys, at least few points you have to keep in mind when you are telling an answer. That's why I'm telling this. Well, it is used for both LAN and WAN communication. Okay. It is internetworking device. This internetworking device. So it make a communication between two or more networks. Okay. It is act as a default gateway to communicate outside of the network. What is default gateway? That is also a good question actually. But act as a default gateway. Internetworking days, both LAN and WAN communication mainly. It shows best path to reach path to reach destination. Uses routing table to tell how to reach destination. Now it use routing tables. That's even that is also we need to mention. Modem is a modulation and demodulation part. Okay, so it connects to ISP to establish internet connection. We are getting internet through modem only. Okay, your digital signal to analog signal. That is the main point of. What is
UDP.
Yeah, tell me.
UDP. User Development
UDP.
Protocol.
No. User
Yes, sir.
datagram protocol. TCP, UDP are not devices. It's a type of protocols. Protocols are TCP type or UDP type or both. Example, HTTP, Hypertext Transmission Protocol, FTP, SMTP, 1 second. Sir, sir, చెప్పండి. Okay. I'm busy again. Okay, so for example, guys, sorry, SMTP, FTP, okay, anything, these certain protocols are TCP type protocols. For example, you take a TFTP, DHCP, DNS. These type of protocols are UDP protocols, UDP type protocols. It means when you are communicating, you use a protocol, right? You use a protocol, right? Like you want to upload and download file from FTP server, use FTP protocol. The behavior of FTP protocol is like a TCP wise, like a acknowledgement based, acknowledgement based. So whenever you send a packet, the destination receives and it give you acknowledgement. So acknowledgement. So then you receive acknowledgement means yes, my destination received a packet. You didn't receive acknowledgement from the destination, so you can understand destination not received. You have to send it again. UDP type protocols, it does not send any acknowledgements. It's like you send a packet, destination received or not, you don't know. It is not a acknowledgement based protocol. So in this questions, they mix up like this, so that's why we get confused. Maybe UDP is a device. Anyway, one point is covered here, TCP and UDP. Okay, so TCP type means its acknowledgements. People say it is connection oriented. So when you say the differences in academy, so connection oriented. And it's a people connectionless. So what is the connection oriented means? We know it is reliable, also it is non-reliable. Why? Because of reliable, because of we know the destination received. Destination is received or not. Okay? Destination received a packet or not. We know it. So that is called a reliable. Here we don't know destination received packet or not. It's non-reliable. No, same explanation for connection oriented and connectionless. Okay, so connection oriented means, so when you are speaking, you know, it is like a, for example, you are speaking to someone, is nodding his head or is telling something to it, like it is look like it's a two-way communication, look like a two-way communication. Even you are telling, this guy is listening and he's nodding his head, or maybe he's telling yes sir, no sir, like that. So what happened? This is connection oriented. Connectionless, like is, for example, your father or maybe a trainer just telling something, you are not giving any kind of acknowledgement, like you understand, not understand, you received information, you got the point or not. So nothing, no, nothing. I'm not getting, I'm not getting anything as something like that. Okay? So this is called a connectionless. This is called a connectionless. So that's why it is connection oriented, connectionless. Guys, again, do not think TCP means it is a wide connection, UDP means Wi-Fi connection. No, it is wrong. Okay. Even I have seen some people tell like a connection oriented and connectionless. So it is a wide and wireless example. Completely wrong, guys. Because I'm connected to wireless, still I'm using HTTPS protocol. See, HTTP or HTTPS protocol. But I'm using Wi-Fi. So this protocol no don't work, right? It's not like that. Okay. I'm getting an IP address, DHCP, through wireless only, UDP protocol, connectionless. So it's not a Wi-Fi or wide. So wrong perception. Okay, connection oriented and connectionless is purely based on yeah, firewall. It filters incoming and outgoing. Filters incoming traffic and outgoing traffic. Okay, incoming packet or a outgoing packet. So exactly say traffic means here it is packet. Okay, so it is accepts, not accept. Filter, right? Filters incoming and outgoing. So either it is can be a, so that is important. So it is allowed, not allowed. Based on that it will allow. So based on IP address network, IP network, not just a network, it is IP network, protocol or port number, application, okay, protocol, port number, application. Any other thing is there? Yeah. So, okay guys, that is a firewall. What is VPN? Tell me. Virtual private network. Am I disconnected or what? Virtual private network. So very simple it is. You are accessing your private network. You are connecting your private network over the internet. You are connecting your own private network over the public internet. That is exactly say VPN. IDS, IPS, Intrusion Detection System, Intrusion Prevention System. Intrusion means you say like even you have a firewall, there is a possibility of attacks, right? So someone is trying to enter into your network. They cross your firewall, so they find a certain loophole. They enter into your network. So they deliver a packet in your network, or they enter into your network. You have to detect. You have to detect someone intruder is game. You know, like spy game. Okay, so atankvad like kind of stuff. Okay, a spy, someone like a outsider. Outsider. A Pakistan person came into India, right? So like it's like instructor, someone is right. So you have to detect the detecting system. IDS is detection to prevent, to not to damage or maybe prevent not to enter kind of stuff. IPS, institution detection system, institution prevention system. That is also we have a software. For security, we are using so many things. Checkpoint. Checkpoint is also same thing like a checkpoint firewalls, checkpoint IDS, IPS systems are there. And also like if anyone is trying to enter into your system, automatically we can able to detect, we can open their packet, what kind of damage they want to do it, how to nullify kind of stuff, we'll do the checkpoints. Allow, not allow kind of, like, Just I add some more points here, but firewall is one of the important one, and VPN. These two are very important, guys. This is in a security, but at least to know what is firewall and VPN devices. And you remind me what is TCP, what is UDP. Okay, I didn't give any definition, right? Transmission control protocol, user datagram protocol. Transmission control protocol, user datagram protocol. User datagram protocol. Okay. So TCP type protocols are there, UDP type protocols are there. TCP type are acknowledgement based, UDP type of not acknowledgement based. And those are not devices. TCP and UDP are protocols. When we are communicating from one device to another device, one device to another device, we use the protocols. So what is the protocol, guys? To make understand what is your request, and what is your response by protocols and protocol numbers. Okay. So different protocols are there. So HTTP, HTTPS, both are used for a web access. HTTP is a regular protocol for web access, but HTTPS is over SSL, means it is secure. S means secure. FTP, so 2021 FTP protocol, file transfer protocol, same as like this. Here it is, we have a VFTP, SFTP, secure FTP, VSFTP, very secure FTP for security purpose. FTP, SSH, Telnet, SMTP, POP3, IMAP version 4, DHCP, DNS, TFTP, RDP, DR, DR, OS Kerberos, LDAP, NTP, SNMP. These are regular protocols. SSH 22, Telnet 23, RDP 3389. These three protocols for remote access, SSH and Telnet. SSH is secure. The difference is again, it is secure than Telnet. Secure means there is an encryption. No encryption, encryption. No encryption, no encryption, encryption. Okay, so like this. SMTP 25, POP3 110, IMAP 143, T7 68, DNS 53, TFTP 69, Kerberos 88, LDAP 389, 123, 161, 162. Okay, these are the protocols and the port numbers. So this is for sending a mail. This is for receiving a mail. This is for a retrieving mail. So you are want to request your server. I want to receive my mails. I want to see my mails. That is this one. You're sending a request. I want to send a mail. That is SMTP. RDP, remote desktop protocol, means in Windows system we are accessing. DHCP, dynamic host configuration protocol, to assign an IP address to the clients. Okay, we are assigning IP address to the client PCs, or we configure IP address to client PCs automatically using DHCP server. DNS. So whenever the client required an IP address for a particular domain or particular host in the domain, DNS server will give IP address. Like I want a IP address of facebook.com. DNS server give me a IP address of facebook.com. TFTP, Trivial File Transfer Protocol, for uploading or downloading or backup configuration of remote devices. Kerberos, used for authentication protocol, mainly in a Microsoft Active Directory. In that place, the authentication protocol is Kerberos. LDAP is also authentication protocol. NTP, Network Time Protocol. So I'm getting a time. This date and time is, I got it from NTP server, like a time.windows.com. SNMP protocol, simple network management protocol. It is used for monitoring purpose. Okay, that's the question. What is FTP, and explain HTTP? HTTP, Hypertext Transmission Protocol. HTTPS is a HTTP, same over SSL, or it is a secure. S means secure, or S means it is a over SSL represent. Both protocols use it to access web pages from web server. Both protocols use it to access web pages from web server. But HTTP is not encrypted, so data is open. HTTPS protocol encrypt the data. So for example, you open a bank account or a mail account. You open a mail account or a bank account, bank website, mailing website, social media website. So, or a e-commerce website like a Amazon.in kind of stuff. So we use a HTTPS. It means whatever the data you are transmitting from your client to server or server to the client, the data is encrypted here. If you use HTTP, data is not encrypted, so anybody can able to look at your data and steal your data. But HTTPS, people cannot see your data. Securing your data transmission, we use HTTP. Okay, so that is a different. That's the question is there, but you can also able to tell remaining also. FTP file, upload and download a file. SSH and Telnet for connecting remote PCs with CLI based interface. This is GUI based connectivity. That to Windows. Okay, these three are for sending and receiving mails. DHCP for a configure IP address to the clients automatically. DNS, get an IP address of some host in the domain. Trivial file transfer protocol, okay. Kerberos and LDAP for a authentication purpose. SNMP for monitoring purpose. Okay, guys, and anyone help me? Bus topology kind of stuff. Topologies. Bus topology, ring topology.
Star topology.
Very good. Star topology. Hybrid. Hybrid means combination of any two topologies. Point to point. If you want, you can add this one. Point to point topology. Actually, we are using internet. In that internet, we use point to point array like this one. Point to point protocols we use to connect WAN, and for the internet we are getting nowadays point to point over Ethernet. Point to point is actually it is a WAN protocol. WAN protocols are there. Point to point, frame relay. Frame relay, MPLS. These are a WAN. Point to multi-point. Like there is so many are there also. I'm not. But very important is bus, ring, mesh, star, and hybrid. These are very important. These are some are made up. Bus topology, there is a backbone wire. Devices are connected to a backbone wire. Ring topology, a PC is connected to the next PC, means one system or a device is connected to the next device, and device is connected to the next device, and the last device is connected to the first device. It will form a ring. Ring will work either clockwise or anti-clockwise direction based on the configuration. Mesh topology, every device is connected to all other devices. It is highly reliable, complex, and difficult to troubleshoot and difficult to scalable, but it is reliable network. Star topology, there is a centralized device. All devices are connected to the centralized device, and entire communication go through the centralized device. It is very easy to configure. You have to put extra money for this centralized device, but very easy to configure, less complex or no complex compared to mesh. Not a reliable, but still it is easy to troubleshoot, easy to and easy to scalable. We can extend the our network size in a star topology. Combination of two topologies like a star and mesh become a full mesh topology called a hybrid topology. You have a device and another device that are connected directly, usually router to router in a serial port connection. So here it is, yeah, don't go with it. Point to point in generally one router to another router connected directly with a serial connection, that is a point to point. Or one router is connected to multiple routers with different serial connections, that is a point to multi-point. What are the leftover in the networking, guys? So many are there.
OSI model.
Okay. OSI and IP address, right? We don't have much time, and again 2 o'clock. Sir called me and telling that suddenly they put some drive kind of stuff for HCL. So I have to start that one by 2 o'clock. So I have to eat some food. Okay. So I will finish these two things basically. Guys, compulsory go for it. If you have any doubts in it, you can try. Already you have a PPT, compulsory read. What is an Active Directory? What is DHCP? What is DNS? What is peer-to-peer, server and client, workgroup and domain? Do not think they didn't ask a question sir earlier, so why should we read it? Okay, like this, don't say like that. So try it. Any other question, doubts, please put it in a chat here in a group. So I will forward any relevant materials to you. OSI, Open System Interconnect. This is standard model. It says reference model. Okay, it is a Open System Interconnect. It is a reference model. It is a reference model. Now, okay. So in how many layers?
7 layers.
Layers are there. Okay. And there is a one more important, that is OSI to TCP IP comparison. Comparison only. Okay, see that one. So, but first layer, the seventh layer is a application layer, which is dealing with the protocols, port numbers, and application part, means web browsers, web servers, Outlook mail clients, and Exchange mail servers, means application part in the network communication, like a web browsers, Google Team, means Microsoft Teams, okay, Microsoft Teams, or maybe a FileZilla applications, Outlook mail clients. These are all application layer. Next one is presentation layer, compression, decompression, encryption, encoding are main part of presentation layer. Session layer. What is session layer? So when you are sending a request, so your session will be created. So when a complete transaction completed, means you send and receive, and the complete that part of transaction completed, the session will be completed. Any disturbances occur, any disconnections occur, session will be terminated in middle. The session will be created and maintained and terminated part. For example, you want to download some data. So you send a request, you getting downloaded. Once completed download, then session will be over. Or you send a money. You take a QR code, you scan a QR code, and you got a details. You put a money, how much amount, and you select a bank. You press the OK, then request will be sent, and you are getting that number, that is UPI number. You enter the number, then again send a request, confirm, payment successful, then session will be complete. In between this transaction, something is happened, payment will be failure automatically. That's it, no refresh, no back. Why? Because session may changes, so it will be disconnected. So that's why it is session will be, when you send a request, that time only session will be created and establish the session, maintain the session, terminate the session. Transport layer. Transport layer, mainly it chop the data into small parts too easy to transport. That is called a segmenting. I put a numbers on it, like a numbering and sequencing on the your packets. Okay. And of course TCP UDP, so which we already discussed, TCP UDP part. Actually we should put it this one in the last part. Okay. Of all. Anyway, you guys understanding, that is important. The transport layer is, so it will multiplex the TCP type protocols into TCP, and UDP type protocols into UDP boxes, which multiplexes in that manner. In windowing, flow control is also there about a transport. And transport layer add a TCP header, the packet data unit, the outcome is called a segment. The packet from the PDU from the packet data unit from the transport layer is segment. Network layer is add a source IP address plus destination IP address to your segment. Then it is become a packet. Okay. What is the second layer? Data link layer. Very good. Source MAC address plus destination MAC address will be added to your packet from network layer plus CRC. This is called a frame. So So what is the last one? Physical layer. The frame convert into bit stream. Depends upon your physical connectivity. It can be converted into electrical signal, light wave or radio wave stuff. Okay. So this is about your OSI layers, guys. Again, the layer-wise devices, you can say like hub is a physical layer. Switch, which is a data link layer. Router. Router is network layer. That's why it is last three layers. We call it as a hardware layers. First three layers are a software layer, out of the OSI layer. So this comparison between OSI and TCP. Guys, TCP model we also called as a DoD model. Tcp UDP and OSI model are used for a troubleshooting model, and we are using TCP models only. Okay, so TCP model is also called as DoD model, defense model. It is not a DDoS. DoD model means it's a defense model. Now we are using TCP model, not OSI. We are using TCP model. So application layer, presentation layer, session layer, these combinedly application layer. Transport is transport. Transport duty is transport. In application layer of TCP is a duty of three layers as per the OSI. Transport duty is transport only. The network layer we call here as a internet layer. And the data link and physical layer is a network access layer. This is network access layer. These two are network access layer. This is internet layer. This is transport layer, and these three are a application layer as per the TCP. We are all using TCP. We are all using TCP type of communication. TCP IP. TCP IP model we are using. So if anybody asks a question, where is NIC? I said routers, switches, hubs, like that, right? Even a physical layer also belongs to cables. But where is NIC? NIC is a physical device. We can able to see physical device, physical layer. And NIC having a MAC address means it's a data link layer. So layer 1 or layer 2? So no, it's a network access layer. NIC belongs to network access layer because NIC is a physical connectivity and as well as there is a MAC address. Okay, so that's why it is put it here. Of course, switches also comes under network access or a data link layer. Because MAC address, data link layer, MAC address, IP address layer, and of course I didn't written that part here. IP address I have written, but routing protocols, routed protocols explanation is there. Of course, I said it is not an expert. Logical address, right? And what is an IP address? It is a logical address. MAC address is a physical address. IP address, two types, IPv4, IPv6. MAC address is MAC address, 48-bit, 12 hexadecimal. Okay, it is a logical address. So that is also the IP address, MAC address difference. Unique identify a device in network. Uniquely identify a device in the network. Uniquely identify a device in the network. a logical address, uniquely identify a device, the network. Ready? Two important things. Okay. So in IP address, we have two versions, IPv4 and IPv6. Guys, IPv4 32-bit in size. So 2 to the power of 32 is give us it's almost like a 4.3 billion IP addresses. It is represented in normal decimal form. Decimal in a decimal form. It represent like this: W, X, Y, Z manner. Means divide into 4 parts. It divide into 4 parts. Each part we call it as a octet. Means 8 bits. Okay. It contains a 4 octets, 8 bits. Octet, first octet, second octet, like that. Whereas IPv6 128 bit, not 64 guys, 128. So 2 to the power of 128, it is 3.4 into 10 to the power of 38. It means it's a billions of IP addresses represented in hexadecimal form. It contains the totally it is 128 bit, right? So represented in hexa means 4 decimal numbers. Sorry, 4 bit is one hexa number. One hexa number is 4 binary bits. One hexa number is 4 binary bits. It means 128 by 4 means 32 hexa numbers are there. 32 hexa numbers are there. It is divided into 8 blocks with 4 hexa numbers in it by colon, right? Okay, that is IPv6. So just to tell. Already I told IP address and MAC address differences, guys. So I'm going to IPv4 classes directly. Class A, class B. Tell me guys, class C, class B, class B. Last part. Class A 1 to 127 or 1 to 126. Okay, 128 to 128 to 190.
1.
Very good. 223. 224 to 239. 240 to 250. Of course, why it is 1 to 126, guys? Always this 0.0.0. Reserved IP address 0. This series also we are not using. 127.0.0.1. It is loopback.
Local host.
Local host. Very good. Next 127. This entire series we are not using. These are this is multicast. We don't assign to anyone. This is R&D. We don't use it. These three are important. So only these are a unicast addresses. Class A, Class B, Class C are unicast addresses. So it is network host. The first portion. Okay, how to identify which class of IP address it is? The first portion must be same if you are using class A. How to identify which class of it is? First octet of a IP address. First octet of IP address, the range you can have to check it whether it is same class or not. For example, I take 101.9.200.221. So we can say it is which class it is. Class it is
Class 1. A. C.
this is A 209. Class C is on the first octet. Whatever it is, we don't mind. This is the first octet, we have to stick it. First octet range, class A. First octet, based on that, class B or class C. Check the different IP addresses, which class it is. So this is a network portion, remaining are host portions according to you. This is 3 are network portions and remaining is host portion according. And default subnet mask. So default subnet mask by default, where is the network portion? So that is a 255. We are not going to much. This is default subnet mask. You can represent your subnet in slash notation. It is also called a prefix. Yeah, don't go to that much, guys. Last private IP address. Time's up. My time is up. I have to eat food. And I have to join. So. Yes. Yes. Our work is not finishing, but people are getting also. Network address translation. Port address translation in a bracket. It is also called as NAT overload. It's a kind of stuff 1 to 1 type. Okay, one private, one public type. This is all private, one public type. That is enough. Your network part is completed, guys, successfully. Guys, compulsory go to only one main important is another one is like what is peer to peer, what is server and client, what is work group and domain, and then what is active directory, what is DHCP. People are asking DHCP question also. Please check it compulsory. What is DHCP? What is DNS? What is active directory? What is group policy kind of stuff? And what is VPN? I will forward this one. Okay.
Okay, sir.
What is the date today? So 15th. What's it? That's it for today. And it is also a quick note for you, maybe. Okay. Practice, guys. Okay, we'll see any changes by tomorrow. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.